All right, we're live. Welcome to the stream. Let me get the overlay up. Here we are. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. It is a new day. It is a new era. We have new players to root for. This is going to be exciting. Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson are playing. They are starting. It's going to be good. I do hope at least. But let's get into the quotes for today. That quote should not be there. That's the wrong quote. That's a quote we had last game. Hang on. I'm trying to get rid of this quote. This one. Get out of here. This one, for some reason, isn't showing. So I'm just not going to bother with it, am I? Alrighty, so... I think it was Mikal Bridges saying something along the lines of, oh, yeah... yeah, I'm excited to be here. I'm ready to go. Ready to suit up and get the job done with my new team. Obviously, those guys are pretty devastated they're not playing at Phoenix anymore, but they're going to be ready to embrace the opportunity here. They're professionals at the end of the day, and two that have been extremely liked by the Suns fan base. Joe Harris, in a post-game interview after that win against Chicago, he remarked that the current energy around the Nets is very similar to those Kenny Atkinson days where we obviously made the playoffs, and even the season before that, when we were slowly on the up. We talk about this team being defensively insane, and the starting lineup for today is on your screen there. Look at the wingspan. No one has a wingspan of lower than 6'8". Our second lowest is 6'10". Cam's playing the 3, but Mikal Bridges playing the 2. I do like this lineup. Cam off the bench. You're getting a bit of balance in there with the offensive side of things. And we've got a lot of options off the bench now. You know, Royce is going to be coming off the bench. Dayron probably plays the 5. Ben Simmons will be off the bench. And then it comes down to whether Joe or Utah get minutes, or, you know, Seth Curry probably will wind up getting minutes as well. But I really love this quote from Jacques Vaughn. He's been adamant about it all year. He said, "We cannot have any excuses of who's playing, who's not playing. You show up every day and you don't worry about the outside noise. You do your job. I'm going to prepare like this is the last game I'm going to coach. That's how I want our guys to play." So it's the idea that you're going to bring 100% as if you're going to get injured and not be able to play a game for the rest of your career or anything of the sort. So it's, yeah. Yeah. And I don't really expect anything less because these guys are glue guys, as I said, unproblematic, likable, do their job, and I'm expecting a potential jump, you know, in output on the season, because now these guys are going to need to step up. There's not really a clear number one option, especially on the offensive side. Defensively, we could be ridiculous. And in that case, I probably won't ever need to use the stop chant ever again. If we close or reflect on the Kevin Durant era, in 129 games, he averaged 29.7 boards, 6 dimes, and 1.2 blocks. So an unbelievable 129 games. We've documented a large part of that on the channel through all these watch-alongs we've done. But it's been a joy to watch him. But now we move forward. Mikal Bridges, with that missed game due to the trade, that was the first game he missed in his entire career. So not only are we bringing in players who are, you know, they play hard, and, you know, defensively they're nuts, they're likable, they're unproblematic. They're very durable as well. Finney Smith has played a fair portion of the games this season. Spence has played over 50. Mikal Bridges, as we've mentioned, and Cam Johnson, he's probably the only one where there's an exception. Also, a stat that I didn't have the opportunity to use the other day. This was recorded on Feb 8. Cam Thomas is the most 40-point games by a player under 22 this season with 3. But Jalen Green did get another 40-point game since that point, so it's 3 apiece. But regardless, when you've got Anthony Edwards also in the fray and you've got a couple other players, in that realm as well, it's actually nuts that Cam Thomas was able to do what he did in 5 or so days in getting 40 or 3 40-point games. And also he had a 20-point game the other day where he made 3 field goals. So it's about him finding other ways to score points, and he did a really good job at that the other day, getting 13 free throws and making all of them. We go to the starting 5. Sorry, I'm ignoring the chat for the moment, but we have 1 absence. The rest of the team is healthy. Starting 5 for the Nets. You can see it's just going to reboot now. Dinwiddie at the point. Bridges at the 2. Cam Johnson at the 3. Dorian Finney-Smith at the 4. And Nick Claxton at the 5. We have a whole new starting 5. We've turned 2 very good players into 4 good players. 2 superstars into 4 very decent starters. So the depth is very much there, but it's just about how much we've lost. Sorry I didn't look at the chat. Let's have a look. McCullough's a 7'1" wingspan. I saw a comment on Twitter, saying he's got Mr. Fantastic arms, which is 100% true. I've never seen a truer comment. I like this lineup, love the starters. I'm really excited to just see what this team can produce. And yes, it's not going to be easy by any stretch for Philadelphia. I'm really excited for this. Okay. So, I don't even know, I'm going to give him a pass this game. If we win or lose, I'm going to give him a pass, because Jacques Vaughn's working things out. What the best rotation is, I've got no clue. I'm as clueless as he is. He shouldn't be clueless, but he is. Because, yeah. There's so many different lineups you can roll out, and he's probably going to be testing that throughout the game. So, he gets a pass. But we're getting ready to commence the new era. I'm really excited for this. Sixers are starting Harden, Melton, Harris, Tucker, and Embiid. That's to be expected. So Maxey off the bench. He did torch us last time. I believe with 27 off the bench. That game ultimately ended up in both sides combining for 270. It may very well be that both teams combined for 170 today with the defense the Nets can play, but also the offense they lack. So, that said, I do think the offensive side of the ball is an area we can be very underrated in. Because a lot of capable shooters on this team now. On the court, on the bench. Moving Simmons to the bench is a bonus. I just think he played better off the bench the other day. Cam about to light it up from the bench. I think with him as the focal point of the offense off the bench, I think that's the best thing for him. He may very well end up getting 30 minutes, but it doesn't really make much sense. Clearly, Nets are all in on the 3-and-D, 100%. I mean, if you haven't watched my trade deadline ratings video, make sure to do so. But I did flag a stat where we have Defensive Player of the Year runners-up in Bridges and Ben. Then we have Clax, who's also in contention this year. And on top of that, we also have 9 players who can shoot or are shooting above average from 3 on the season at 36% or more. So, pretty nuts. Oh, there goes a pen. Alrighty. So, if that doesn't scream 3 and D, then I don't know what does. Alright, so the Sixers win the tip. McCall is picking up Harden. Okay. I'm excited for this. We're underway. Embiid, Harden, driving kick, Melton, gets past Dinwiddie, over Clax, nearly an air ball on the floater, immediate impact by Clax. We've got like 5 Nick Claxtons out there. I joked about it the other week, we've now sort of got it. Bridges fading away, he missed it. Ah, didn't get the bounce. Tucker into the paint, nearly fumbled it out of bounds. Now Embiid, gonna face up Clax. Drive. Oh, for God's sake, Clax. Already a personal in the opening minute. The dream is over now. It's rebuild time. Honestly, I don't even care, to be honest. This has to be one of the most weirdly constructed rosters in the entire NBA. This is like Toronto 2.0, but also on steroids. And so Embiid converts the 3-point play. And it is 3-0 early going first quarter in favor of the Sixers. Spence on the outside. High screen Clax. Dinwiddie was looking for the lob, but no cohesion there and a turnover. Harden leaves it for Embiid. And we got another foul. So yet again, Embiid already. 2 possessions, 2 fouls, 2 minutes. Free throws coming up. I'm a KD fan, still supporting you because of your commentary. Why, thank you. Thank you very much. KD? Why did I just say KD? Joel Embiid. I mean, I've said KD that many times. I'm going to have to, like, get that out of the system. Foxtel. Man, I didn't even know that still existed. Second free throw is off. Finney-Smith gets a rebound. Always a long game when Embiid and Harden play. 100%, mate. It's going to be a long one. We'll be here till midnight at this point. Clax with an excellent spin. And he had Harden on him under the basket. So it was always going to be pretty easy going for him there. As long as he could keep the ball away from the potential steal. Harris airballs the 2. Johnson clamping him up. Clax there for the help. Ah! The pass was a little bit awkward for Clax to finish off the alley-oop attempt. Offensive foul on PJ Tucker. He was trying to set a screen on Cam. So he couldn't get an assignment or get to his assignment, which was Melton in the corner. But we will have a turnover. And it will be Sixers. Well, Sixers are in front. Nets ball now. Dinwiddie facilitating the offense. They're going to look for McCall. I need a nickname for these two. McCall in the mid-range. Got it! First bucket for the Nets. And we're picking... Oh, well, Mikal Bridges is picking up Harden basically in the full court. Switch. Harden into the paint. Swatted by Johnson. And then Harden's there for the follow. Spence. Johnson. Cam. 3! There we go. And then Embiid just passed it to Mikal, who missed it and got his own tip. Let's go, Mikal! Embiid just passed it to fucking open space. And then Clax tips it out of play. The defense is fucking switched on. Jesus Christ. We've already seen air balls, really difficult shots to be attempted by the Sixers tonight. It's going to be a tough ask. Sixers now in possession, trailing by 3. Embiid fakes, shoots, and hits back iron. Dinwiddie with the rebound after it went off hands. Finney-Smith in transition. Ball fake. Bounce pass. Bridges lost it. Johnson got it back in the corner. Shoots the turnaround. Got it! He's a bucket. McCullough's a baller. He will score 16 or score 16 with All-Stars. He'll score 25 with more minutes. Potentially. Harden misses the floater. Dinwiddie. Bridges leaves it for Cam. Into the paint. The kick out of Finney-Smith. 3. That's well wide. Clax bats it back to the perimeter. Finney-Smith again. Yes! Woo! 3 and D. Bro, the defense already. I got a beaming smile on my face. Defense! Come on, Joel. Skip pass to the corner for Melton. The kick out to Harris. He drives down the middle. McCall with the block. Oh, it was Clucks. They look the same. Spence in transition. Mate, I love a good block or a good steal. And a good transition bucket on the other end. Spence wanted the foul. Didn't get the roll or the bounce. Harden is hassled on the way up. Flings it to the corner. Tucker for 3. That's off. Rebound Cam Johnson. Sixers are struggling early. Should I watch the game? Maybe. What a good start. Bro, this is ridiculous. I'm already smiling because, wow. I mean, we're playing fucking zone with this squad as if we aren't OP, taking them on one-on-one. Bro, we need Theo back. We needed Theo in the deal. There would have been 2 players I would have taken over, you know. I did want another piece in the Dallas deal with Kyrie. I wanted, like, Jaden Hardy or Josh Green, which are young, but we knew that wasn't going to happen. JaVale McGee as a center, as a backup to help mentor Dayron, or, you know, to actually play proper minutes, or Theo Pinson for vibes. We had an extra roster spot. We should have done it. Actually, no. Did we ever... I don't know if the Kessler Edwards deal was done. Yeah. Man, we should have... Actually, we wouldn't have, because then we got Jay Crowder in, but offloaded him to free up that roster spot yet again. So it does make sense. But what a start, dude. This team's fucking put them on clamps already. I've seen air balls. I've seen blocks. I've seen steals. Scotland, you're saying there's no space with regards to not being able to get in another player from Dallas. I'll tell you what, on the court today, there's no fucking space for Philly to operate. Good luck. You got Dodo and Spence, don't be greedy. Hey, look, I remember in the video that I talked about Kyrie, that trade potentially happening. I did say I wanted an extra, but, you know, things didn't work out. Regardless, though, we talk about the game now. 14-6 start. We conceded the first for the game. We're on a 14-2 run, and it's been on the back of good defense. I do think that, you know, the purely offensive players like Joe can now play properly because you've got so many capable defenders on this roster that it sort of masks the liability that Joe is defensively. Durant will be injured again this year. Nets are in a great position. Well, if that happens, it looks like a masterstroke, I have to say. Spence, Bridges, gets past Tucker, fading away. Surely the foul. Dayron! Let's go! Clacks to the bench early. We've got the same 5 on the floor, except Clacks going to the bench. Small, hope you're doing well, my guy. Embiid is doubled by Bridges and Sharp. Or by Bridges. He's trapped. He's got to pass it. Finds Harden. Picked up by Johnson. 3 is good. And they're going to need to find ways to just make shit happen, even though the opportunity isn't presenting itself. Maxey is in the game. Spence. High screen, Dayron. Spence. Gonna kick it out to Johnson in the corner. Touch pass to Finney-Smith on the wing. 6 to shoot. Into the paint. Dayron for 3. Oh, God. What is that? That's the potential lack of offense we could have. Maxey for 3. Dayron went under the screen. The 3 is off. The rebound by Finney-Smith. I do think the offensive rebounding is no longer going to be an issue. With all these guys of size. Excellent extra feed. Johnson. Dayron with the 2 dribbles. And he had the defender flying. Was able to score for 2. So 18-9. The Sixers are shooting 27% from 3. No, from the field. We're shooting 50%. Tobias Harris. Now Embiid in a switch with Finney-Smith picking him up. Dayron comes over to help. Embiid scores over 2. Big test for Cam tonight. It'll be a good... It'll be an interesting test for Cam, I will say. Depending on who his defensive assignment is. Dinwiddie. Gonna shoot a 3. He's uncontested. Didn't get enough lift. 18-11 Nets. Screen and switch. Harden's getting a few boos from the crowd. Johnson, good defense on Harden. He wanted a whistle. He's not going to get it. Bridges in transition. Pulls up at the elbow. A couple times that's happened. It's been halfway down and hasn't been able to go. So Harden getting, a couple of boos from the crowd. He's in an isolation with Dayron top of the key. He gets right by him. And it's a foul on Spence, who I thought did a pretty good job of being vertical with him. It's going to be a couple of shots. Surely KD doesn't enjoy that Spencer Spencer is a guy that wants the ball in his hands. That's a big reason why he left, I suppose. I thought that would probably take the weight off his shoulders a little bit. So Harden getting free throws. I don't know what the crowd is saying. Regardless, let's not take away from the fact he has made the first free throw. Traitor. Funny. Brooklyn Nets crowd has got a bit of bants about it. Patty Mills is in. Joe Harris is in. Royce O'Neal is in. So, no... Maybe there is Ben Simmons action early. I don't know what's going on. As I said, it's going to be interesting to see what the lineup is we roll out. Currently, we've got Ben, McCall, Royce, Joe, Patty. As a Suns fan, I can tell you Cam and McCall will improve the defense and will flourish offensively. They were having career years before the trade. We've gotten them while they're on the up. That's an incredible positive. Harden makes number 2. McCall on the perimeter. Ben, Patty. They're playing a bit of zone as well. Royce to the corner for Joe. Back to Royce. And back up top to Patty. McCall. Bro, Ben, come on. Already 1 minute, 1 offensive foul. What happened to Sumner? He was doing amazing for us. Well, it hasn't really, it really hasn't benefited him with all these new plays we've gotten in. Listening to you is a good English lesson for me. Well, it's probably a bad thing, because now you're just going to speak in basketball language in everyday life. Joel Embiid. No fucking shot. That's a foul. Fuck off. That is a joke. get used to the term Macalbo. I have seen a couple of his celebrations. They're good. A lot of terms that I've never heard before. Yeah, well, you're getting there. You are getting there. Embiid makes free throw 1. The more exposure you get to the language, the better you'll get. Ben's having a little discussion with Doc. Obviously, former coach there. Embiid is going to shoot the second and make. Ben is on. Ben, Royce, Patty, Joe, McCall. Royce, the handoff to McCall. And now Ben, back out of Royce. Shoots the 3. Missed. McCall with the putback. Where's the fucking foul? He got shoved under the basket. That's a joke. Should have been a loose ball foul plus the 2. Niang catch and shoot 3 is good. I did watch the Sixers game last night. Niang scored a couple big threes. Joe, Patty catch and shoot off. And Niang knocks it out of bounds. He couldn't get 2 hands on the rebound. And it will be a side out for Brooklyn. So a pleasant start in this first quarter for the Nets. Cam Thomas getting ready to come into the game. He will collect Mikal Bridges. An excellent first innings for Mikal. Patty to Joe. Shoots a 3. And that barely hit the iron. And a rebound for Philly. So now this lineup's going to get properly exposed. Maxey didn't get the call. It's a 5-on-3. Embiid and Tyrese are out of the play. And Joe punishes with a 3 ball. I like Sumner defensively against Maxey. I don't know why Patty's getting run. Niang for 3. Again left alone. That one's off. The rebound. Cam, Ben, take your pick. Royce down the middle. Joe wide open. Got it! .240 to play. The lead's gone out to 8 in a flash. That's our 4th 3 of the game. 10 attempted in the first quarter. Maxey. Bounce pass Embiid. What the fuck are you talking about? Where's the foul? I thought that was a clear tip. I thought someone had properly been able to pick up the steal. It's going to be Sixers ball after the timeout, but Joel Embiid, just piss off. If you are enjoying the stream, though, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new. We will be back for Nets versus New York in a couple of days' time. I'm going to laugh. Oh my god, the exposure is so bright on this. We've got to turn it down. It looks like I'm Casper here. Let me get it down to -6. There we go. That's much more manageable. Let's have a look at the box score, because this is probably what you were wanting to witness. All season long. I mean, in a game like this, usually we get absolutely smoked on the glass. Embiid usually torches us. But in the first matchup, can I just get the box score, dude? Oh, my life. Hang on. Bro, it's playing tricks. Okay, there we go. We got it. Joel's got 8. Harden's got 7 and 3 to Niang off the bench. But they're shooting it like crap. The problem is the free throw number. Already they've gotten 7. And guess who's got them all? Embiid and Harden. Us, on the other hand, shooting it much better. 16 rebounds already to 8. That's an insane number. Already 8 more shots. We've gotten 6 from Joe, 4 to Dayron off the bench, who's getting some good exposure on Joel Embiid. 6 to McCall already in his first game for the Nets, and Cam Johnson with 5. So they're leading the way in the starting 5, which is a great sign. A lot of people are going to have to walk back all the hate on Joey Buckets. 100%, dude. I do think it's I feel like this trade is unlocking ability for a number of players. Maybe Paddy. Well, look, I do think Paddy is a good leadership guy, but you don't need to be on the court to do that. Maybe with composure and that sort of thing, but yeah. The Nets are still a good team. They are still a good team. They're not pretenders at all. I think I've used that word wrong. They're not shit. We're going to sum it up. They're not shit. So Joel Embiid, the free throw merchant, is going to the line. They are in the bonus because of all those fouls they've been getting. Yet they still trail by 7. I'd only bring in Paddy if we low on shooters. Well, yeah, it really depends on situation. But right now, 5 on the floor is an entire bench unit. We have seen no Utah yet. No Sumner. We've seen a brief Dayron stint. Embiid makes both. And Ben, well, yeah, he's in the game, obviously. So we need to see similar assertiveness that we saw in the second last game. Joe doesn't shoot the 3. Give and go. Kick out. Cam catch and shoot 3. Oh my god, that was so bad. He's so much better when he's actually on the move. Embiid is picked up by Ben on the outside. Now the switch. Milton. The pass is wayward, but Embiid saves it. Gets past Joe. And Embiid barely had to do anything. That was so effortless. We had no size. And with all that size we had in the starting 5, you would think that we could stagger the minutes a little bit better. But as I said, I'll give Jacques Vaughn the pass for, trying to work things out on the fly here. So Cam, 8 to shoot. He's got Embiid 1-on-1. Royce, top of the key, 3 is short. The rebound by Maxey. He gets it ahead, and Embiid, fucking poacher, scores 2 more. Absolutely hate this guy's guts. So Jalen McDaniels is in the game for the Sixers. Cam into the paint. Shoots over Joel Embiid for 2 on the baseline. He got it. 28-24. We can't switch with this lineup, though. We can double him for sure. Maxey to Milton. And now Joel Embiid. Faces up Ben. The kick out to Maxey. Good closeout. The kick out to Milton, who's wide open. 3 is off. And a rebound for no one, but it was off the Sixers out of bounds. So 28-24 with about half a minute left. So Ben. Royce. Good move. Missed it. And missed it again. Third try, missed it. For fuck's sake, Royce. 3 big chances at the rim. Couldn't convert once. Maxey drives on Joe and is going to get the whistle. Fuck's sake, we got to keep them off the line. That's the only way they're in this game right now. Half their points have gone from the free throw line. If you are enjoying the stream thus far, make sure to drop a like. And if you're new around here, subscribe to the show. We will be back for Nets Knicks and then Nets Heat. The final 2 games before the All-Star break. So fucking tiresome, though. Like, seriously. Second free throw for Maxey is good. And Ben will dribble the ball up for the final possession. They've had 10 free throws, made 9. We have had not 1. So Cam in an isolation. He gets into a switch. Paul Reed picks him up. Cam, step back three, top of the key, air ball. Please don't do that again, Cam. That's uncalled for. 1.4 to go. Maxi gets through two. Didn't get the shot off, but that is the opening quarter done. How are the Nets going without KD? Pretty good. 2-point lead to start things off. Overall, I'd say the defense was pretty good, but the free throw number is troubling. Why is the exposure so high, dude? Oh my god. I'm going to be like in a cave in a few minutes when the lighting changes again. So, did Cam Thomas start? No, he did not. Let's have a look at the box score. You can see that Mikal and Joe leading the way. 6 each. Mikal's been pretty good, and Cam Johnson with 5 as a starter as well. Spence hasn't really done anything, but that starting unit did an exceptional job giving us a nice early quarter lead. And you can see overall shooting the ball pretty poorly, but we've already put up 31 shots. That's nuts. 18 rebounds, too, but Royce O'Neal, he had like 3 putback attempts late in the quarter, hence the reason why he's already got 6 shots up in 4 minutes. And is second for field goal attempts. I can't even speak, bro. My voice is already gone. For the Sixers, they have had 11 less shots. But the reason they're in the game is on the back of 14 from Embiid. He accounts for over half their points. Yeah. And if we look at the free throws, they've had 11 already. And there you go. Right on cue, the lighting shits itself. Embiid played basically the entire first quarter. Not basically, did. He did. And they're still losing. You should put Cam Johnson and Mikal as KD and Kyrie. I'm waiting till the All-Star break to do a full revamp. Get some new art. Ouch, I just bit my gum. Some new channel art, or not channel art, but new art for the thumbnail for these overlays you're seeing. I'm going to do a full revamp. We'll get Clax as one of the other 3. And then we'll get Mikal and maybe Spence. Yeah, Ben can just be sent away. I've given him 55 games to prove himself. And he's just, he hasn't warranted being on the thumbnails at all. At all. So, second quarter about to commence. And they're picking us up in the full court. How embarrassing. Alrighty. Second quarter underway. So Paddy to Joe to Ben on the wing. Drive at Ben. He backs down Paul Reed. The spin off the window. Bennett. Let's go, Ben. But I want to see you take it into the restricted area. None of this piss poor bullshit hook shots off the glass from about 15 feet out. I need you to see. Yeah, I need to see you go further. There he is. Kick out at Joe for 3. Yes! Ben with the feed. He had the layup. He could have gone the reverse slam, but instead, the kick out to Joe, and he's already got 3 threes on the game. The Sixers don't have Harden or Embiid on the floor. It's going to be interesting to see where the offense comes from. Maxi right on cue with the 2. Ben quickly gets the play moving. Cam, driving kick. Royce is wide open for 3. Yes! Bro, this is ridiculous. Look at the spacing. First make of the game for Royce. Maxi, cross, 3, short, rebound Mills in the corner. Quick by Ben. Full court pass ahead. Ben looking to hand it off. Gives it to Joe. 3 again. Oh my god! Joey Buckets! He is playing his way back into the rotation. That is a fucking bullshit foul. Bro, Joe Harris is reinvigorated. Simply the Spencer Dinwiddie presence, even though he hasn't been on the floor all game, next to him. Joe is unlocked. And McCall and Cam are loving it on the bench. Shake. Into the paint. Runner, good. Back down to 7. Ben to Royce. Now to Ben. Looking for a handoff. Patty's got it. Doesn't shoot. Bounce pass. Give and go. Patty. The kick out of Joe was wayward, but the idea was there. The execution, no. And at the 9:41 mark of the second quarter, the Nets up 7. The bench unit has delivered. Joe Harris has been spearheading the attack on the offensive side. 4 threes on very good efficiency. Milton one-on-one with Patty Mills. That's a matchup you exploit, and Shake Milton is somehow going to get 2 shots. I don't fucking get it. How many free throws are you going to give him, dude? Ben not driving destroys our spacing. Well, I would say that if he was the point guard. He's the point center. He's the tallest guy on the floor. We've got shooters around him in Patty, Joe, who else? Patty, Joe, Royce, and who's the other guy on the floor? Cam. You know? You're surrounding him with shooters, so there's not as much stress. Less duress on Ben Simmons to actually score the ball because he is the center and he can actually play on the interior if he really wanted to. Free throw by Milton is good, and he is, well, leading the attack for the Sixers with this bench unit. Whilst Harden and Embiid are off the floor, McCall checks back in. Royce to Joe. Drive down the middle. Kick out for Royce. The 3 is off to the right. Looked pretty good on release. Harden's back in. PJ Tucker getting ready to do the same. McCall returns in alignment with Harden. And Joe Harris, you need to watch Paul Reed. Excellent dime by Harden on the alley-oop. And the lead's cut back down to 3 with a 6-0 run for the Sixers in about a minute. Utah getting ready to check in. Royce, Ben, pass to Cam. Playing a bit of zone. Cam to the corner for McCall. For 3. Got it! McCall! Mr. Fantastic. Not just because of his arms, but because of the way he is playing. James Harden one-on-one with Joe Harris. I do not like this. It's a step-back 3 waiting to happen. It happens, and he knocks down the 3. Called it. Royce. Corner for Joe. Doesn't shoot. Cam in the mid-range. Got it. Both teams shooting the ball really well in this second quarter. 5 of 6 for both teams in this quarter. James Harden. One-on-one with Joe again. Cross into the paint. Step back midi. That's good as well. I can't help but think you probably need to get a couple more wings back in the game. Utah is waiting on the side, but I want to see more from the starters. McCall to Ben. Looking for a handoff. Cam is wide open at the top of the key, and he didn't get enough lift on that one. Tobias Harris. Picked up by McCall on the outside. The switch. Sees Ben picking him up. Harden's got Royce on him. High screen Paul Reed. And we're not going to switch. Royce. They're just looking to isolate Joe Harris on James Harden. Harden short on the floater. McCall was there with the presence. Ben in transition. Leaves it for McCall. 3. It's such a smooth looking jump shot, even though it looks fairly awkward. Maxey. Harris. Back to Maxey. Maxi now picked up by Simmons. Royce gets it to Harris, who now faces up in the corner. 3 to shoot. Royce hangs with him and gets the steal. Transition opportunity for the Nets. Royce, Joe for 3. Ben bats it back out to Cam. Joe was that switched on. He was going back on defense. And we're going to get a timeout with Spence waiting to check in as well at the 6:27 mark. 34 people in chat to witness the Nets currently up 3. Lineup switch at 6 minutes to go for the Nets. Yep, it's a good idea. Out of the break, we'll see a new lineup. Harden eating on Harris. Well, every single time, all they do is they just get the player that's being picked up by Harris off the ball. On the previous possession, it was Shake Milton. He just came up to set the screen, and because we're so accustomed to switch, Joe ended up switching onto James Harden, and they've exploited that. So it's very clear they've found a weakness in our team. I mean, the Clippers did it a few games back when we lost that game down the stretch via pure courtesy of them isolating Kawhi Leonard on Joe Harris. That said, Joe Harris, in this second quarter, or in the last 2 games, the last 6 quarters he's played, he's been excellent. He's provided the offense we've absolutely needed. You can see the Sixers not shooting it awfully well, but we haven't had that starting 5 back in for the best part of a quarter. You can see the Sixers have gotten 14 to Embiid and 12 to Harden. They've scored 41 overall, so you can see they've got over 2/3 of their points. We've got 9 from Mikal, 12 from Joe. Shooting the ball very well from 3, but overall not so well. Ben really needs to do something. I would say no. I think he's been all right. With the minutes he's provided, he seems much more comfortable. I don't know what that sound was. My headset is potentially low on battery. Box score. Okay. Alrighty. Why not Clax? Only 4 minutes so far. Good point. I'd assume we're going to run them in the closing now in the final 6 minutes, but Clax should not be getting 4 minutes. I tell you what, though, it's a very good sign that we've been able to stay in front even without Clax in the game. So you're talking about Ben, Dayron, all stepping up in the few minutes they've been given. Actually, a decent 10 minutes by Ben Simmons. I can't really fault too much he did wrong. Played some good defense as the small ball 5. I can't really complain. The starting 5 is back in, aside from Utah, who takes the place of Cam Johnson. Mikal the kick out, Finney-Smith extra feed, and we're going to get a shot clock violation, but Clax has been slapped on the hand, dude. We don't get the whistles. So, 44-41 the score. Just about to breach the halfway point of the first half. Mikal guarding Harden and Clax back on Embiid. Tobias Harris. Back out of James Harden. They haven't really been able to get into much. 5 to shoot. Harden picked up by Clax. It's going to be a step back 3, isn't it? Harden misses the 3, but they got the offensive board via a little bit of fortune. And now Finney-Smith is picking up Embiid. We double, and now we're going to have to peel round. Melton, the kick out. Thrown it out of play, but it was off hands. And with 3 to shoot, the Sixers will have it in the corner. So 5:40 to play in the second. They're going to look for Melton. Nope, they're going to give it to Embiid. 2 to shoot. Step back 3. Oh my God! How the fuck did he make that? As fucking if he's done that. Step back 3 with Clax tightly contesting. He can't do that in his sleep. Spence. Shoots a midi. Where's the foul? Come on! Dude! This is fucked. We haven't had a free throw in the entire first half. Finney Smith bats it out of play. It's a joke. Bro, Embiid, that was an insane three-pointer, though. How did he make that? So Harden. Into Embiid. Corner for Tobias Harris, not Joe. Joel. Edge of the paint. The two is off. Mikal soars in for the board. And we'll bring it up. Spence. Utah wide open. That was an excellent off-ball screen by Clax. Harden did not get over it, and Utah was wide open for three in the corner. Tobias Harris, down the middle, shoots over Clax, misses the layup. Spence with the rebound. Was there for the taking. Bounce past to Finney Smith. Utah wide open, same spot. He missed it. Clax. It's going to be a whistle. And it's either an over the back or a loose ball foul, but it will be Nets ball. Cam Johnson about to check in. So well done by Clax. It looked like it was a bit of a wrap-up by DeAnthony Melton initially. The fact that Utah's the 12th man off the bench shows the depth. 100%. Utah's had a couple good open looks in this second quarter, so is what it is. You know, the fact he hasn't been able to make them. Johnson on the perimeter out to Spence. Screen and switch. Gets by James Harden, the kick out. Mikal catch and shoot three. Got it as the buzzer went off. And he's got the celebration. I don't know what that celebration is, but it is his trademark celebration. That is the 5th three-pointer in the quarter. And Spencer Dinwiddie sparked that offense, blowing right by James Harden. Embiid got Bridges on him. Embiid fell to the floor. Get it off him! Timeout. Sixers. 1.3 seconds to go before they need to let one fly. They're going to draw something up out of the timeout bit. Mikal putting him on clamps. And Bridges with the... He does this. I don't know what this is, but it's like the... I don't know what that is. But you know what? I reckon I'm going to have to use that instead of just the three to the temple. So, I think Mikal is going to be my favorite player. But here's what I was thinking. So, Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson are dubbed the twins by the Phoenix fan base. Mikal Bridges is number 1. Cam Johnson is number 2. Do I call him twin 1 and twin 2? Do I call them thing 1 and thing 2? Or do I just call them by their normal names? I want to hear your opinion on this. Put in the chat what you'd prefer me to call... Yeah, what you'd prefer for me to call Johnson and Mikal. Save your breath, and Nets won't get the whistle except when it doesn't matter. Refs come with the expectation that the Sixers are the better team. They see the game through that expectation. Well, yeah, it's just... They get the superstar calls. It's that simple. Thing 1 and Thing 2 was circulating on Twitter. I may have to call them Thing 1 and Thing 2. Alright, we're going to run with that. A lot of people that aren't in this stream, if they rock up in another stream, they're going to be completely and utterly confused with the, Yeah, they're going to be completely and utterly confused what the hell I'm on about. MK1 and MK2. That's one I definitely haven't seen. Bro. Joe Harris just looks like new. Thing and Thingy. Well, Mikal's going to have to be Thing, and Cam Johnson's going to have to be Thingy. That will give me an advantage, though, especially if there's like a frantic possession and I just like say some throwaway words. Thingy is probably one of the things I would say. Oh, he's just done a thingy. Thingy with the dunk. No, I'm not going to say that. Just sounds a bit weird. Thingy. We're just going to... I think we're just going to say thing one and thing two and call it a day. John and Tom. Thing has done a thingy. Bro. I don't even know what we're on about now. Alright, they got 1.3 to shoot. They get it in. Embiid catch and shoot 3. It's an air ball. Excellent defense. Thingy has done a thing. Bro, what? The thing starting thinger. What even is that? Bloody hell. Alright. I may need to get a snipping tool of all those things you're saying. Bro, Cam Johnson is a sniper. I'm gonna stand corrected. Thing 2 is a sniper. So, Cam Johnson with the corner 3 after the shot clock violation. Harden now picked up by Bridges. The high screen and switch. We can just do that with luxury now. Clax picks him up. Mikal Bridges on Embiid in the paint. Harden wanted a foul. Didn't get it. He's a fucking foul baiter. And he, well, he didn't get what he wanted, but he scored the 2 anyway. So 6-point game. Spence, high screen Clax. Cam Johnson, catch and shoot 3. That's short. Finney Smith tried to chase up the rebound. He's not going to get that. And now Tobias Harris in transition. Kick out to Tucker, and Bridges was ready. And he bats it out of play again. He's shooting 45% from 3. He is a sniper. So 2:50 to play first half. Harden picked up by Spence. The switch. One-on-one again. ISO ball. Cross. 3 to shoot. Step back 3 Harden. It's off. Bro, can you box out Melton? Cam Johnson with good active hands, though, when he prevented a second chance from happening in that moment. So they're going to reload on the baseline. And they're going to look to get it into DeAnthony Melton. They do get it to him. Spence is picking him up in the corner. He puts the head down. Melton. Bro, oh, fuck off. That's a fucking travel, charge, whatever the fuck you want. But we get the call. Offensive foul on Joel Embiid. It's gonna... that was the most insane charge call I've ever seen. Bro, Spence looked like he was falling to the deck in slow motion. If you are enjoying the stream, though, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new to the stream. We've got coverage of the Knicks game and the Heat game in light of the All-Star break coming up. Bridges. Oh my god! He's insane! Kept the ball in the air. It was basically out of reach for the defender. And he scored, falling to the floor. 2 points for Mikal. James Harden in a switch with Cam Johnson now picking him up at the outside, on the outside. Harden, Embiid, doubled by Finney Smith and Cam Johnson. Turnover! Transition buckets! Johnson extra feed! Finney Smith! Ah! Let's go! 12-2 run. Excellent team basketball. On the flip side, you've got ISO ball with James Harden. Spencer Dinwiddie picking him up. 5-out lineup for the Sixers. That is fucking bullshit. Bullshit fucking foul. What a joke. Fucking foul baiter, seriously. So cringe. Spencer's the hands up the whole way. He's such a prick on the offensive side, James Harden. I know he played for us last season, but even then I thought he was a prick on offense. You can be absolutely in awe when he makes the shot, but when he fucking does that bullshit, it's a joke. 7-point game. 1:23 to play in the first half. Mikal is going to do the facilitating responsibilities. Spence now on the outside. High screen Clax. Spence. Foul. And finally, free throws. Yes. Okay, finally we're getting free throws. The first of the game. And Spence was really smart there because he was looking for the whereabouts of Maxi and was able to initiate the contact as he went up 4-2. I just want to also keep you notified if you haven't already. There is a video where I rate the entire Nets deadline. I go through all the deals, all the non-activity we did that potentially should have been done. That is live on the channel now. So if you want to check that out after the game, at the halftime break, it's there for you. I just give grades to basically every trade, do it overall, look at the depth chart, and all that jazz. Once again, they've got 5 to shoot, and the ball has barely left Harden's hands. Harris catch and shoot in the corner, knocks it down in the face of Dinwiddie, and that seems like that's going to be the only way they're going to be able to get shots up properly with a little bit of space. Johnson into the paint. Runner, not going to get the whistle, and it's Sixer ball. Harden, no look. It's off the Nets. Harden, the Joel Selwood of the NBA. You can say that again. Fucking hell. Embiid picks up his dribble. Good defense. Wide open three, though, for Harris. It's off, and it's not an offensive foul, but a loose ball foul on Joel Embiid. Do we just get free throws? Because I think we do. Yep, we're in the bonus. It's going to be 2 shots for Cam Johnson boxing out Embiid. I mean, you could have put that down to Joel Embiid just being a little bit stronger in that situation, but fair play to Cam Johnson for getting position and holding his own. It's going to be 2 free throws for him. 58-52. Bro, I'm honestly jumping because my headphones keep making sounds that it's running out of battery. I may have to change the output source at halftime. 59-52 the score. And you would have thought that offense would be of difficulty for the Nets to manufacture, but we have had no issues with that. The ball has been zinging around. Johnson makes both free throws. And with 21 seconds left, there is basically no difference between shot and game. Sixers will hold for 1. Harden picked up by Johnson at the logo. And now the screen will arrive by Embiid, but no switch. Harden, tightly guarded. Johnson with the steal. 2 to shoot. 1 to shoot. Get it up! Ah! He wanted a whistle as well. Bro, we're not going to get fucking whistles even if we beg for it. Even if we got slapped in the face right in front of the referee, we would get no call. It's a joke. Let's just have a look at the final possession. Was there a foul in this? I don't know. But regardless, excellent fucking first half. 60-52, this score. We have outplayed the Sixers. They have basically shit themselves. They look so far out of their comfort zone. It's unbelievable. I'm just going to change the headset to the wide headset. Because I need to turn this bad boy off. Spence should start scoring second half, which is normal for him. Yeah, well, I do think that, yeah, Spence has been properly good at facilitating. The offense hasn't suffered because Spence hasn't scored. You know? Let's have a look at the box score. You can see, well, that's the bench. That is how deep our bench is. We've played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players, and Sumner still has not gotten minutes. But I tell you what, it's a good thing because players are going to be very rejuvenated and alive and energetic because the minutes are very evenly distributed, or they can be evenly distributed on a game-by-game basis. So you don't have players playing an excessive amount of minutes. That said, whoops, let me go back. Yeah, Joe Harris with 12. Exceptional first half by him. The shooting wasn't great, but the good thing is 10 threes made in the first half on 25 attempts. We've been letting it fly, and that's what happens when you have a team full of 3-and-D players. Players that are not afraid to shoot a 3, and there's going to be plenty of opportunities because of their defense. The transition 3s have been crazy in this game, and Joe has really benefited. You can see rebounds, we're dominating, but look at this. The 2 starters in double figures, McCall and Cam Johnson. Or, as we said, Thing 1 and Thing 2. They have been awesome. Awesome. I mean, Dorian Finney-Smith as well. He's swept under the radar. He's been a part of a good team defense. Clax has had to not really do anything. He's been able to go about his business. He's only played 10 minutes. But you know what? Like, those 10 minutes, I mean, he's going to be properly fired up in the second half because he's going to be very, very energetic. He won't be tired at all. He's come off a game of rest, and he's only played 10 first half minutes. If we look at the extended box score, you can see only 4 free throws. We got those at the back end. 8 offensive rebounds. That's awesome. Only the 3 turnovers. We've been very, very comfortable in possession. Spencer Dinwiddie obviously has been spearheading that. He's a mature head. A good commander of the offense, I think. And, you know, there's a lot of these guys, as we said, no ego, very unproblematic. They're not afraid to sacrifice their own game if it benefits the team. They are ultimately team first, you know? So that is our side of things. We've only had 3 blocks and 4 steals. 3 blocks to Clax, though. That is nuts. That said, though, you know, despite us conceding 52, this has been the problem. Actually, I'm going to correct myself. I thought it was a problem. In the first quarter, we conceded 10 free throws. Second quarter, only 4. And that probably correlates with less minutes to Harden and Embiid in, you know, that second quarter. Obviously, Embiid played the entire first half. But now they're trying to foul bait, and we are not giving in to their bullshit. They're shooting the ball pretty bang average from both the field and 3. Offensive rebounding hasn't been a factor. 6 turnovers, we've been good at forcing them. And they haven't really had any steals or blocks because of our, you know, comfortability and what's the word? You know, we've been properly responsible with the ball, you know, the ball in hand. So overall, Harden and Embiid ultimately going to be the 2 you need to stop. Maxey, the potential to heat up, but he has done nothing this game. You know, they've had 34 from those 2, and then the rest have not scored more than 4 points. You know, this is properly exposing them. Properly, because they just don't know. Like, that ISO ball is useless. You can't switch. You can't constantly bank on doing a pick and roll and you know, saying, oh, we're going to get Joe Harris in a switch. No, you're not. You're going to get like a properly good defender who should be defending the best, you know, the best offensive scorer. And he's the guy switching onto you. So you already had a really good not perennial, what am I talking about? A really good serious defender on you, and then you're like, oh yeah, surely the switch gives me a mismatch. No, it doesn't. You've got a fucking... Well, you probably got another Defensive Player of the Year contender in the mix. Don't know how deep this group can go, but loving this style of basketball. Prefer to watch team game than role plays supporting 2 stars. Ultimately, I do enjoy that more too. I mean, it's a marvel when you've got KD and Kyrie who can score the more difficult shots. And it's just like unbelievable the knack and like just how they get it done. But you know, the fact that we've been able to score 60, it's been a pretty effortless 60. And on the other end, it's been, well, an excellent shift. They've scored 13 of their points. That's a quarter of their points off free throws. So it's not like anything's coming easily at all. And the offense is flourishing. We say it all year. Defense leads to offense. And at times this season, defense has really struggled. And there was like a little 4 or 5 game stretch, you know, about a week ago where the defense was ropes. It didn't exist. We conceded like 130, like another, like 2 games of 125 plus. Yeah. Luka and Kyrie tonight, this could be fireworks in Sacramento. They're playing him again. I didn't even realize they're playing the Kings again. Obviously I did watch the back end of the game yesterday, and Kyrie looks good. He's actually being very, very, or a little bit less assertive. You know, he only took 14 shots yesterday, scored 25. So he got plenty of free throws, especially when they were, you know, intentionally fouling. But he had 10 dimes as well. That was his season high, equal season high. And you know, the Mavericks, they've started games, or those 2 games Kyrie's played, they've scored 40 or more in the first quarter. And then they've really tailed off in the back end. Like they had 74 at the half, and then I think had 116 by the end. So they've struggled in the back portion of games, but they start games, or those 2 games, really well. And it's you know, that's been enough. That's been enough of a buffer. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new. We'll be back for Nets Knicks, and then Nets Heat, and then the All-Star break. How fun is basketball when we're not spending all our time worried about whether superstars want to leave? Just, yeah, I mean, I always made it a focus on these streams to not talk about the external, and sort of adopt the same mindset that Jacques Vaughn is adopting. But that said, it's always very difficult when you're constantly hearing trade talks, frustration within the organization, COVID vaccinations, anti-Semitism shit. Like, I just want to fucking watch basketball. That's it. I didn't want to talk about that. I didn't want to be consumed by it. I just wanted to respect on-court product. KD may play Kyrie in the first round of the playoffs. I don't even know what the Western Conference playoff picture is going to look like, because it's so close within like the 4 seed to the 12 seed. It's very compressed. I wouldn't say compressed, congested. Right now, the Mavs are the 4 seed. They are the 4 seed, but they're probably 2 games out from the 9 seed or something like that. Actually, I just realized I have the ability to actually check the standings. Maybe I should do that. Standings, let's have a look. Okay, the West. Dallas, 7.5 games back, and then, yep, 9.5 games back is the 9 seed. So 2 games separate the 4 and the 9. And then you've got, if you tack on an extra game, you can go between 4 and 11. And then you tack on an extra half game and you can go to the 12. So 3.5 games separates the 4 seed to the 12 seed. And 4.5 games separates the 3 seed to the 12 seed. So that has the potential to be flipped in complete reversal. I mean, the Thunder should really... Like, Shea deserves to make the playoffs. Let's be real. Shea has played an excellent season. He's one of my favorite players in the league. There was a... I did see his shot chart from yesterday where he scored 35. Every single one of his buckets were within like 7 feet of the basket. He didn't attempt one from outside of that. Celtics, if Jalen remains healthy on the East, potentially, they should though. I would be very, very interested to watch a Brooklyn Celtics playoff series. I think it would be a lot of slogs, like games that would be, you know, both teams would score under 100. Two very good defensive teams. Cavs going to finish second, you reckon? Over the Bucks and Philly? I mean, bold call, but I like the optimism. I see Jaylen Brown being a net if he doesn't get his contract from Boston. Well, here's the thing. We've got a lot of picks, and we have more cap space. So we could, in theory, go for, I don't think like a max contract player, but another like second tier or maybe third tier player. Then again, third tier players are demanding maxes at this point. So I don't know. Cavs, no chance. Let's have a look at the East. So right now we are a game and a half back from Cleveland, who are a game and a half back from Philly. And the Bucks are only a game back from Boston. They've won 10 in a row. We are 2.5 games ahead of Miami. They had a game winner yesterday, which didn't really help us against Houston. The last team we should be wishing for is the Celtics. I don't think we're playing them in the regular season again, or maybe we are. But I would be really intrigued to just see a match between those two teams, because we've been killed because we don't have any size. But now we do. Oh my God, that's so loud. We don't have the size problem anymore. Like, we should be able to get rebounds very easily. It's the offense that's the problem. But defensively, we've got the Tatum assignment. We've got the Brown assignment. We've got the center assignment in Clax. And he's under less duress. So a very good first half here. And obviously a very small sample, but it feels like a team like this is well suited to go against Boston, even if it would result in a loss. One more game for Nets Celtics. I hope I'm covering it, because I would no hesitation, like, I want to see it. Nets can beat the Sixers in the playoffs. Well, we're seeing right now their capability. Holiday and, I don't know who you're trying to say there, are too injury prone. Holiday's been pretty durable. I agree there is superstar treatment, but there is a reason lawyers destroy eyewitness evidence in court by drawing out witness expectation of bias. But a whistle will come with winning streak. I think it's just about having more respect for certain players in the league. Alrighty. Third quarter about to get underway, people. Charles Barkley said the Bulls will make the playoffs, not the Nets. Bold call, given we just beat the Bulls. This team is defensively cracked. The Cavs are the best all-round team right now when Mobley is playing like this. Well, yeah, obviously, if any player plays lights out, then you've always got a chance of winning games. We've resumed proceedings, though, in the third quarter. Nets get into a set. Dinwiddie drive down the middle. He passed up a fucking layup to kick it out to McCall in the corner. It's going to be a side out. So James Harden picked up by McCall. Joel Embiid. Good by Clax to bat it away. Now Harden. They're looking for Embiid on the roll. He's got one to shoot. He's forced into a midi. And he was doubled. We didn't get the rebound. Shit. Harden gets right past Spence. The kick out. McCall sweeps in for the steal. And now McCall gets it to Spence. There's the defense. Spence, step back three. Ah. Long rebound, Finney-Smith. He tried to knock it off the feet of Harris. Didn't work. And now the Sixers. Harris going to post up Spence. Spence is pretty good in the post. Holds his own. Harris is looking for a pass. And now he's going to get fed the ball again. The turnaround 2 on the baseline is short. The rebound, Spence. Gets it to Cam Johnson. They're napping. 3 is off. Clax mistimed his jump. And now Harden. Transition. Good, Dorian! Where's the foul? Oh, fuck off. He's got him in a tie-up. This is a joke. You can't be fucking serious, mate. Just call it quits. Call it quits. Just fucking take off your referee uniform and put on your Sixers jersey already. It's blatant. Fuck's sake. Blatant tie-up. And they've called a whistle out of nothing. Call him a magician because they are pulling umpiring calls out their ass. Seriously. So Harden 2 free throws. Second free throw is good. Does my head in, dude. You can't even reward good defense at this point. Fucking hell. We get into offense. Spence to Cam Johnson. Catch and shoot 3. Bro, he barely hit the rim. So he's missed his couple 3-pointers. Superstars get the calls. That was just a blatant tie-up. No other team is getting that call. No other superstar even is getting that call. Harris the no-look to Melton on the catch. He misses. Rebound Clax. Spence to bring the ball up. Spence. Picked up by Embiid on the outside. You would expect that he is going to mow right past him. 1-on-1. They play zone. Cam is wide open in the corner. That's off. McCall bats it back to Clax. And we get another look. Bridges gets by. And he's going to get the whistle. Embiid picks up the foul. And it will be 2 shots. Thing 1 has been playing excellently in this game. He's been our best player. He's been our most consistent player, both defensively and offensively. And he's lost his shoe. He hasn't lost his shoe. He's just putting it back on. A little bit of an adjustment there. How many fouls on Embiid? I'm not sure. We will check at the break. So 60-54. Free throws to come for Bridges. 2 coming up. So McCall getting shots. It's so weird seeing McCall in a Nets uniform. First free throw is good. Now the second. Imagine Philly complaining about foul calls. Joke of a franchise. Second free throw is good. 62-54. 9:40 to play in the third quarter. Early going. Melton 1-on-1 with Spence. That's the assignment we like. And now they're going to feed Embiid in the post. He's doubled. And now they get it back to Embiid, who's again doubled. McCall from behind. He's going to get picked up with the foul. It's just fucked, though. Like, that one is a legit whistle, though. He's hit him on the arm there. Yeah, well after. McCall is probably my new favorite player. These players are like, they're not glue guys, necessarily. But they do more than that, I feel. They do all the things you appreciate, or fans appreciate. With just that. Like, very disciplined on defense. Can make a bucket. He does everything right. Proper team players. That's what we've got here. Better than Jared Dudley? I mean, the bar's pretty low, but... Jared Dudley, the ultimate menace. Spence. Cam Johnson picked up by Melton. Bridges. High screen Clax and the switch. He's got Harris on him now. They look for Clax. Somehow ended up with Cam Johnson, who misses the 3. Bridges bats it back out again. Dimwitty, Finney-Smith wide open. That's off. We've had so many wide open 3s. And it's going to be Sixers with the ball. We've had 6 3s in the quarter. Got to try take it into the paint, I do feel. Turnover. Excellent work. Pass was errant. McCall with the Euro. He's going to get more shots and Harden will draw the foul. Or pick up the foul, should I say. We've had 6 3-pointers and missed every single one of them. But the ball movement's excellent. If you are enjoying the stream, you know what to do. Drop a like on it. And if you are new around here, make sure to subscribe so you are right with me as we navigate the rest of the season together. As we go into the postseason and suss out what's going on with this team and what the ceiling is for them. Too many 3s? Indeed. Too many 3s at the moment. But I'm liking the aggressiveness by McCall. He's taken a couple of, this is his second trip to the free throw line, and he has converted every single free throw. And he's playing exceptional defense on James Harden. I didn't know Nets got Finney-Smith and Cam Johnson. Yeah, well, excellent acquisitions. If we're buying into that 3-and-D mindset. Harden over 2. Somehow got the shot to go over the top. And it is a 6-point game. It hasn't really fluctuated in any way, shape, or form. The deficit. It's hovered around this margin for quite some time. Dinwiddie one-on-one with Embiid. He gets in the paint. Spence with the scoop. Didn't get the angle. Harris in transition. Missed the layup. Finney-Smith wasn't even looking at Tobias Harris. Let him make the mistake himself. They're getting a little bit of a taste of their own medicine. Clax hasn't really had many touches in this game. He's just had to hold his own on Embiid. Clax off the window. Through contact for 2. Is disgusting. First field goal of the 3rd for the Nets, and it's come 4.5 minutes in. We're 1 of 8. Embiid, baseline 2. Clax with the block! Ah! And then the alley-oop! Got it! Two-way play by Nick Claxton, and he's got words for the Philly bench. He stares them down. Let's get this bread, people. Excellent work by Clax. Rim running to the fullest. And Spencer Dinwiddie had faith. And he just said, big fella, honor the pass and score the ball. And that's exactly what he did. 2 for Nick Claxton. And yeah, he had words for the bench. But whoops, I've just continued the clock. Doc Rivers is overrated. I don't think he's overrated. Philly fans hate Doc Rivers. Every single game they lose, they're just like, they're just like, this was Doc Rivers' fault. What subs is he making? He's dumb as shit. Actually draw up some plays. Sixers are trash, and Embiid usually out of gas by the early third quarter. Early in the third quarter. Yeah. Well, right now, they just look fairly... Well, they've basically been taking the easy way out. Or not taking the easy way out. They've been trying to score the ball, in a really, lazy fashion. Through isolations and shit. Everyone, though, do not jump the gun. The game is not over. There's 18 minutes of play and we're already talking smack. I need you to hold your horses. I know we're talking to Montrez. Yeah, well, probably, because if you remember a few games ago, Montrez basically was, disregarding Clax as a player. And Clax has done plenty in comparison to Montrez. I don't know what he's done all season. Nets also have Seth. Well, yeah. We're We've played 12 players today. Sumner hasn't gotten action. Seth Curry isn't even playing yet. It's going to be even more mysterious if he doesn't get any playing time. With the depth of this roster, if you're fully buying into defense, there's no room for Seth Curry. But we didn't trade anything for him. He's on an expiring deal. Is our rebounding problem solved? Well, we've got 5 players. We looked at this pre-game. All 5 of our starters have a 6'8" wingspan or more. So even if you're not getting the elevation on the rebound, you've got long arms to, get higher than the rest. At the end of the day, though, these guys are basketball players. They can obviously jump. There's just more, bigger bodies on the court, which is hence the reason why we are just dominating their ass on the glass. Embiid in the paint. He's trapped. Turnaround. Extra feed was smart to PJ Tucker, who was alone. But that's what they're going to have to do. If he's going to get doubled, we're going to force the ball into the hands of PJ Tucker. That's what we want. I'm very happy for him to have a 25-point game out of nowhere, if that's what he has to do. But I'd much rather that than Joel Embiid torch us. Spence, extra pass to Johnson. Bridges catch and shoot 3. Got it! And he's got the celebration again. Bro, Mikal is a baller. 11th 3 of the game. We've made only 1 3 in the quarter. But it's a big one. Embiid the spin. Over Clax. The hook shot is good. Good move to get into the paint. And he scores for 2. So not a 3-point game, a 9-point game. Thing 1. I gotta say thing 1 and thing 2. Gotta get into that habit. Dinwiddie. Switch. Drive on Harden. Foul. Didn't get the bounce. It's going to be free throws. Harden is looking very vulnerable every single time he's matched up onto Dinwiddie. Not surprised Mikal plays 82 games. Well, he's able to get out on the park. He's able to get out onto the park more often. That's step 1. He's always healthy. And number 2, obviously we're seeing he's just delivering. So, Kristaps would suit the Nets team. No chance. Spence misses number 2. I tell you what, a BOP though. You've got a fucking 7'3" monster on top of all these wings that are also long. Crazy. Embiid is trapped again. Niang to the corner for Maxey. Drive on the baseline. He rolls it back out where Johnson is guarding. He stripped him of the ball. Turnover again. Clax wants the pass. Johnson picks up his dribble. And then the C's parted and he missed the hook shot. The push shot, should I say. Excellent defense by Johnson on one end. Not quite leading to offense on the other end, but you like the opportunity being manufactured. Niang for 3. Off. And a rebound by the Nets. The numbers collapsed in the paint and we were able to secure the board. Dinwiddie senses an opportunity and wanted a foul. It's going to be Nets ball. Spence wanted a foul. He is in awe yet again. Bro, James Harden has his... that's fucked. What a joke. He had his, I don't even know how to explain it, but usually those are called a foul. The touch fouls you usually get. Spence never got fouls at Brooklyn. I don't know about Dallas, but he never gets that benefit here. Finney Smith down the middle. He missed the push shot. Maxey wanted an offensive foul because he got hit in the face, but play continued. And so with 4:38 to play in the third quarter, it is a 10-point lead for the Nets. As much as we've shot the ball like arse in this quarter, we're 28% the Sixers. are 33% from the field in the quarter. James Harden, 2 to shoot. Lost his dribble. Got it back. Deep 3 over Claxton. It's an air ball. How many air balls are they? Fucking hell. We've got a defensively minded coach in Jacques Vaughn. And we've got all these defensive players. Unbelievable. I reckon they've had 11 turnovers in this game. Honestly, I reckon 3 or 4 have come from a shot clock violation. So, Clax with the clamps. And now Dinwiddie facilitating. Gets it to McCall, who's been picked up by Jalen McDaniels, who's in the game now. Bridges the deep 2. Got it over Embiid. The lead's at 12. McCall's enjoying playing in Brooklyn. He's just exuberant. He's full of energy. Defense, lift. Embiid. Oh, come on, you fucking... Clax, you can't be reaching in like that. For God's sake, you've just got to have the hand up, Clax. You're basically giving him those easy points. He scores for 2 and he's going to have a free throw at the free throw line. And he converts that one. So 9-point game. So Spence up top. McCall in the mid-range. They play zone. He missed it. It's going to be a foul on the floor again. I think Niang's picking up the foul. Harden's gone to the bench. The 5 on the floor for the Sixers. Embiid, Niang, McDaniels, Maxey, and Milton. Clax, just excellent in chasing the rebound. And Nets will recycle the possession. Utah's in the game to replace Finney Smith. McCall, corner for Cam Johnson. Had Embiid in the air. Off the glass! +1! Cam J! Thing 2! Off the window. And that'll be an opportunity to get it back out to 12, which is our game-high lead. 3:16 to play third quarter. Johnson short on the free throw. And the lead's 11. Milton. Looking for Embiid again at the elbow. Gonna drive. Travel! Where is it? Embiid is doubled again. He goes baseline. Bro, it's fucking bullshit. Did he not shift his feet? Man. Even with 2 defenders, 3 defenders, Embiid's finding ways. Bridges in the mid-range again. Doesn't get the bounce and a rebound. The Sixers, they break out in transition. McDaniels in the corner. Gonna drive down the middle. Get it out to Maxey. And he gets right by Bridges for 2. And we're gonna get a foul. Sorry, a timeout. By the Brooklyn Nets. The lead's at 7. So, you know, it hasn't been a bad quarter by any stretch. We started the quarter really slowly from the field. We've picked it up somewhat, but it hasn't been a standout quarter by any means. That said, we still hold the lead, and we've actually improved on that lead. Wait, no. We've lost it by 1. So it's a net positive that we've been able to still keep him at bay, even though the scoring hasn't been great. You can see Joel Embiid's got 26 and 10 to be expected. James Harden's got 21, but they've both been cheese because those free throws are nuts. They're shooting the ball like shit, to be honest. Embiid's really fueling the offense, but overall 19 free throws, half of those have been Embiid. But on our end, we've got 23 from McCall already. Shooting the ball well. Cam Johnson hasn't been as great, but there's been some really good signs from him. Overall, the starting five has done a really good job. And even the bench, Joe, I mean, he played 10 minutes, had a cameo, scored 12 points, 4 or 6 from 3. Overall, shooting the ball, not great, but it's the fact that we've been able to have 18 more shots than the Sixers, which is the reason we have this lead. On top of the fact that turnover-wise, they've had 9, but on our end, we've only had 5 turnovers and 11 offensive rebounds to go with. So it's been good, but it's about closing this game out in the last quarter. It's not gonna be easy by any means. What do you think we are missing to be perfect, or at least even a little better? I like the shot selection we're taking. I like the ball movement. Some of the shots just aren't going, and that's to be expected with players who aren't as good. We're playing great even with Ben's contract taking up a huge portion of our money. Well, irrespective of the financial situation, that doesn't impact what's being produced on the court. Unless you're getting a contract extension. Mikal Bridges is on a very team-friendly deal. Already 23, as we've mentioned. You know, I do think we may bring in Cam off the bench. Just to, fuel the offense a little bit. But it looks like he's still on the pine. Mikal has gone to the bench, though. So 2:23 to play. Dinwiddie. Wide open 3. Barely hit the rim. Didn't get any lift on that one, and the Sixers can cut the lead again. So Clax is guarding Niang, which means Dinwiddie had to guard Joel Embiid, and we know what's going to happen when that's the situation. Embiid muscles his way to the basket for 2 again. Nothing you can do about that. Spence, going to drive on Embiid. He stays with him pretty well. And now Utah, back out to Cam and back to Dinwiddie. 5 to shoot. Spence, Cam going to need to create a shot here. 1 a shoot from the elbow. Got it! Rainbow 2, and Embiid is very, very annoyed. Because he thought that he had the possession covered. Excellent defense by Embiid, but Cam producing a bucket when we need one. Niang for 3. He's off. McDaniels tried with the follow and wasn't able to get the roll. And now Cam Thomas will bring the ball up and facilitate. Picked up by McDaniels. Picks up his dribble. 1-2 with Clax. Gets into the paint. The runner is good for 2. And as I expected, bringing Cam in has actually done wonders for our offense. We were lacking offense on the last couple of possessions, but it's been good. Niang got mowed down. There's a bit of jawing back and forth between Niang and Clax. It looked like Clax will be the guy who picks up the foul. 80-71 the score with about 48.9 left. How does it feel to not have 1 star on your team? Believe it or not, it actually feels decent. Bro, how did Clax get a fucking technical? For what? Weak as piss. Weak as piss, man. It does feel great, though, not having a star. Rid of all the drama. Playing team basketball. The ball is moving. Very 2018-19. Bro, Clax seriously got a tech for that. Are you fucking serious? So, Milton to Embiid, who's now guarded by Ben. Clax went to the bench. Maxi in the corner. Drive. Ben, excellent defensive activity. And he knocked it out of play. Lineup change at the 8th minute in the 4th quarter. Yeah, I would probably agree with that. Let's see if we can hold out for the final or for the 5 minutes that we won't have the starting 5. So Maxi on the baseline. He's looking for Shake. Gets it to him. Good switch by Joe. Wanna shoot? Oh, Clax with .3 commits the foul. That's foul number 4. And Milton has taken a shot to the face. Let's have a look. So it was a good ball fake by Milton. Yep, and Clax hit him on the head. Come on. Milton's on the deck for a while here. He's gotten up now, but he's definitely taken a shot to the face. Surely that's... I guarantee you, because it's the Sixers, we have been against the refs all day. This will be a flagrant. 100%. So Clax on the shooting foul hit Milton in the head trying to contest. They will give this a flagrant. 100%. They will 100% do it. 100% give a flagrant. Embiid should be Ben's assignment for the rest of the game. Literally face his demons. Well, in the last game we played against the Sixers, Embiid was 6 of 18. And he had to deal with Clax and your boy all game, Ben Simmons. And he stood up to the task exceptionally well. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like if you are enjoying. And subscribe if you are new. We will be doing, I think, about 15 or so Nets streams down the stretch here. So I'm excited to see what those 15 games brings on top of all the other games that are being played. So if you want to tune in for any of those or stay notified, make sure to subscribe if you are new. So we've got a... It's not about a technical, it's about a flagrant foul. But yeah, they gave Clax a technical for fucking nothing. Barely said anything. Just a bit of... Like, I don't even understand. It's a basketball game. Can you not talk trash? Bro, what are they looking at it this long for? Seriously. Looks like Milton's getting some eye drops. Here we go. Flagrant. Finally, a call our way! It's not a fucking flagrant. Of course it isn't. Never should have been. If they avoid the Bucks and the Celtics, they have a chance of getting out the first round. Heck, I think if they play the Bucks, they may have a chance. Your current roster can't even fill the seats up. Who's paying money to see Spence and Clax? Honestly, I'm loving the trash talk, by the way, but... I mean, I'm very happy for you to talk smack when we lose, but... You're down 8. You are losing by 8. I don't care how many people are in the stadium. If we win, I don't give a crap. Oh, so they got an extra point out of nowhere. I don't know where that arose, but... I couldn't give a crap who or how many fans are in attendance. Such a terrible argument. You can use it. I'm not going to bag you, but it's a pretty bad argument. Cam into the paint. Swatted by Embiid. Oh, that's fucked. I mean, he probably didn't mean it, but Embiid just swatted Cam and then just, like, fell over him. Good defensive play by Embiid, though. Good swat. Yep, and then Embiid just with a little bit extra. So, Nets ball on the baseline. It's going to be interesting to see if the offense holds up here. Ben gets it to Cam in the corner. 12 to shoot. 12-second difference between shot and game. Spence 1-on-1 with Shake Milton. Dimwitty draws the foul. It's going to be 2 shots with 17.5 to play. Hey, I'm all for Sixers fans in the chat. I actually love it. I do love it. So yeah, talk your shit. I'm actually very happy for you to do it. Spence with the free throw make. I actually enjoy it more if we got some proper banter in the chat. So Utah is going to go to the bench with 17 and a half to play. We'll bring in some players for defense. Second free throw for Spence, and that is good. Here we go. One possession the Sixers will hold for. We've got Finney Smith back in the game with Royce. Niang down the middle. The kick out to Melton. Back to Embiid. Shot over Finney Smith. He got it with 0.8 to play. And that'll be the third quarter over. And for some reason, it just resets and goes back to 8 seconds. I don't know why it does that. But that's the third done. But this is actually, believe it or not, Mikal. So he's got 23 leading the Nets in scoring. You can see there Cam Johnson got 12 alongside Joe Harris. And overall, the shooting did plummet in the third quarter. You can see we have, we're shooting 11 of 33. At halftime, it was 10 of 25. So only one made three. It's going to be imperative we pick that number up to get the job done. That said, only outscored by 2 in the third quarter. Some good defense. Yet again, Mikal Bridges been exceptional. Yeah. And then the Sixers, well, they're not really doing anything special. Embiid's got 31 and 10. He's been a bit of a free throw merchant. You can see how many free throws he's got there. And James Harden hasn't been anything special either. Tyrese Maxey hasn't really done much either. He's struggled with the extra attention. But overall, like, the free throw number's the big difference. 22 free throws to 13. We've actually done well to even it out as the game's worn on. We actually conceded 10 free throws before we actually had our first. Turnovers, we've done well at forcing them. Offensive rebounding, we're better there. We've looked after the ball as well, which is always a positive. And that goes the extra mile in getting you the win. But 82-76, 1 quarter to play. We've been in front for basically the entirety of the way. How many free throws has Joel shot? You would have just seen me show that number. And I'm going to do a little poll. And it's going to be one of my simple polls. Nets, Sixers, who wins? Let's hear it. If you are enjoying, you know what to do. Drop a like and subscribe if you are new to the stream. And you want to stay notified for when I go live next. Doing plenty more Nets games for the rest of the season. Nets by 10, I can back that. I'm just really questioning whether we can close this out. It's going to be about whether or not we get the right group on the floor. So, 82-76. Maxey, Niang, Harden, Reed, and McDaniels, the 5 on the floor for the Sixers. We have Ben playing small ball 5. Jalen McDaniels, the alley-oop feed was exceptional, but the execution on the finish was not. Joe fumbled the ball on the catch, and he's going to have to roll it back out. Cam Thomas, going to drive on Reed, gets into the paint, kick out to Finney Smith in the corner. He drives down the middle. The push shot is off. The putback is off. God damn it, dude. Good follow again, but a couple times those second chance points have unfortunately gone to waste. Harden. Switch has Joe on him. This is where we got torched. And now we have Finney Smith on Harden. Catch and shoot 3 by McDaniels is a rainbow 3. And it is down to a 3-point margin. 6th 3-pointer of the game. Ben looking for a handoff. He's going to feed Finney Smith. Back out to Royce. Cam, you got to shoot it. Gets through. Floater. Got it. Cam is a mean man. Off the bench, the scoring is exactly what we've needed in the second half. He's really kept the scoreboard ticking in the last few game minutes when we've really needed it. Maxi. That's an offensive foul. Royce took a big shot. Maxi was trying to initiate contact, which he did. But that kind of foul you can't give away. So yeah, Maxi sort of... Yeah, Royce wasn't even going to be forceful with contact on Maxi. And Maxi just basically body bumped him. Joe for 3. Off the dribble. That is fluent! 3 by Joe. He's got 5. And his jump shot looks properly good now. Well, at least in the last 2 games it has. That is 11 threes in 2 games for Joe. Maxi blows right by Royce, and that assignment I do not like. Royce has been exposed when guarding guards. Cam thought about the 3, didn't shoot it, and now he will give... Well, he'll get a screen set for him, and now Harden picks up Cam. Cam into the paint. Lost the ball. Ben ended up with it. Kick out. Joe, top of the key. Got it! Joey Buckets! He's got 12 threes in 2 games. How Ben ended up with that, I have no idea. Cam lost it midair. And Ben with the flick out. Now Maxi is going to get the call. And it will be free throws for Tyrese. Joey Buckets. He has come up huge in the last 2 games. Bro, Ben passed up a wide open dunk though. That said, there were 3 shooters waiting for a wide open 3. So if it's going to result in a wide open 3, then I'm happy for him to pass up a wide open dunk. But that said, it looks awful if they miss the 3. So it's an 8-point lead. Maxi with the free throw to come. The 9:17 mark of the 4th quarter. Embiid is not back in the game yet, but you would assume that Clax will return at the same time. So yeah, Joe, 12 of 17 in his last 2 games from 3. Ben looking for Joe again. He got it. Royce, Finney-Smith, they're playing zone. Ben, excellent feed by Finney-Smith. It was a bullet feed, and if you play zone, you're obviously covering space, not a direct assignment, and that allowed space for your boy to get a shot up uncontested. Harden airballed the floater. He got his own rebound, and surely there was something in there. The crowd wasn't happy. Niang with the finger roll, and that's 2. But yet again, you know, something that probably was very avoidable. And we get punished instead for not capitalizing. Ben into the paint. Oh my god, Ben. You've got to take it into the restricted area. You have Paul Reed on you. Maxi pull-up 3 is very short. And Ben with the rebound. Gets it ahead. Joe early 3. It was aligned and it looked good on release. But a miss. And we breached the final 8 minutes. Harden picked up by Royce. Thought he took a shot and then airballed the floater. Royce just took a shot off the ball. Cam gets by the defender and scores off the window for 2 when we get a timeout. Excellent play by Cam. And he got right through the contact and was able to yet again score when we needed it. 94-85 the scoreline. And we are 7.5 minutes away from getting another win, which a few games ago I wouldn't have backed in. So 94-85 the scoreline. Those of you who are new around here and you haven't been on the stream before, welcome. I hope you're enjoying what's happening. In terms of my commentary, I hope it's easy and clear to understand. You like the graphics, the overlay, all that jazz. That's the goal. Yeah, but just let us know if you are enjoying everything that's happening. If you haven't seen my rating, the Nets deadline video, that is also waiting for you in your feed. If you haven't seen it already, it's about a 16-minute watch, and there are timestamps, so if you want to skip ahead to whatever the hell you want to view, you can. Joey got so much hate, he deleted his Instagram, unfortunately. Joe has always been very open about him not being a social media kind of guy. Because he, I don't think he has a Twitter. Like, every time someone tries to tag him, like, you can't, because he doesn't have a Twitter page. Or maybe a few years ago, he actually got, encouraged, not forced, but encouraged to, you know, create a page. But, he definitely isn't active on it. Which I rate. The defense on James Harden has been awesome. For the most part. Obviously, you can only do so much when he's getting a whistle, but I think the treatment overall, he's been putting up some properly bad shots. So I would suspect we're going to run with the closing unit. Joe has played another excellent game, hitting some big three-pointers. Cam off the bench, I do like the role. I do like that role. You can start him, but you can also run him off the bench. Just call him CT. Well, yeah, okay, you know what? So I'm going to call Cam Thomas Cam. And I'm going to call Mikal Bridges thing 1 and Cam Johnson thing 2. So we've got Joe, Cam, Finney Smith, who's picking up Harden on the outside, Royce and Ben. The same 5 as was the case prior to the timeout. Embiid is back in, though. Ben picks him up. He's doubled, gets it back out to Harden. The high screen by Embiid. They got 2 to shoot. Harden in the mid-range. He gets the bounce. And it looked like it was going to be short, but it wasn't. Finney Smith is going to receive the ball from Cam on the inbounds, and he will give it right back to him as he passes the halfway line. Cam looking for Joe. Excellent screen, Finney Smith, but there wasn't space to get the shot up. And now Cam one-on-one with Harden. Oh my god. Mid-range god. How has he scored that? Getting absolutely hassled off the dribble and still was able to score Rainbow 2 over James Harden. Lead back up to 9 and Finney Smith with the take foul as Harden was about to drive. Cam is so good at tough buckets. He is, man. James Harden, a good defensive play there. Hand in the face, and Cam not phased one bit. For a guy who's 21, he's unbelievable. We've had 43 bench points today. So it's been a well-rounded effort, both from the starters and the bench. But now, we will probably see the big boys back in. Finney Smith-Royce, Bridges, thing 1. Clax and Cam on the floor. Clax, they get it to the corner. Maxi off the window, 2. And once again, the Sixers will not go away. Final 6.5 minutes. 7-point game. Cam, kick out of Royce. Hand off to Bridges. Picked up by Tobias. He's going to drive and kick. Royce, Clax, fakes the pass. Lost the ball. And it's a steal by Tobias Harris. Can't afford those. We've been pretty good in that department today. Harden gets by. And the 2 off the window is good. And it's back down to 5. I would sense that Spence and maybe Cam Johnson come into the game late. Got to run the starting 5 down the stretch, I do feel. Cam, yet again over Embiid. That one's off. Good box out by Harden on Clax. And now Embiid picked up by Clax on the outside. Maxi to Harden. Cam Johnson and Spence getting ready to check in. Embiid is doubled. Harden now gets by Finney-Smith. And we've got 2 shots. Finney-Smith will pick up the foul at the 5:27 mark. This is getting a bit dicey now. So the lockup created by Harden means it will be a couple of free throws. 5:27 to play. And the first free throw is good. We're going to see subs. Royce and Cam, I believe, will head to the bench. Yep. So 5 on the floor is the starting 5. Cam and Royce go to the Pine. And here we go. These 5.5 minutes are going to tell a story. And yeah, James Harden makes both. So it's back down to a single possession. Dinwiddie picked up by Maxi. Spence to McCall, thing 1. Sorry. Doesn't use the screen. Down the middle. Where was the foul? Didn't get it. Rebound. And now Philly to the corner for Maxi. Shoots over Spence. He missed it. Rebound Clax. Spence gonna accelerate. And Embiid was right there. But Finney-Smith is wide open. He missed the 3. So Embiid with the board. He brings it up himself. Skip pass to Tucker. Bats it back to James Harden. It's not clean by any stretch. Embiid is doubled by Clax. Maxi to the corner. Harris catch and shoot. That's off. Rebound McCall with 4.5 to play. Spence. We're going to get a timeout. And 4:24 to play. Wow. Whew. 92% of you said the Nets are winning this. I fail to believe that it's that lopsided. This is where we need a superstar. I beg to differ. Because with a superstar, that's good and well. You can score a tough bucket over the top of someone tightly contested. But this is what I am going to say. Without a superstar, it makes things unpredictable. You don't know who's going to handle the ball. You don't know who's going to shoot the ball. You don't know where the ball's headed. It becomes much more difficult for the Sixers to anticipate. I mean, if you are let's say you're Doc Rivers right now, who do you think is taking the final shot? You've got no idea. Is it Cam Johnson who's going to be freed up? Is it going to be Mikal Bridges who takes it off the dribble? Is it going to be Spencer Dinwiddie who puts up a 3 or drives to the basket? You have no idea. But regardless, I can't fault this team today. It's been a really good showing. I mean, some shots it's a bit iffy. But that said, there's been a lot of open looks in there as well that we haven't capitalized on that opportunity. If you are enjoying the stream, you know what to do. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new to the stream. We will be doing a number of games down the stretch this season. Hopefully it will bring us some playoff action and we can perform in those playoff games as well. I'd give the ball to Cam Thomas for the game. Well, yeah, that's another option. If he's playing really well and you can afford to play him with the closing unit, that's another thing you've got to contend with. Are you giving it to Cam Thomas? You've got no idea. So that's the good thing about not having a superstar. When we had KD and Kyrie, you knew KD and Kyrie were taking the final shot. Where's Edmond? On the bench. He has not played a minute today, but that's how deep this team is. We've had 12 guys play on the floor, and that's without Edmund Sumner playing, Seth Curry even being eligible to play. So here we go. Here we go, 96-93. Here we go. In the second half, we've lacked offense. We scored 60 in the first half. We've only scored 36, but we have conceded 41. So it's been a very defensively minded second half. Alrighty. Big effort needed to close this one out. 4:23 to play. Spence shoots from the elbow. Didn't get the bounce and it rattled out. It was a decent look, but it is a miss. 96-93. Embiid is fed the ball. Back to Harden. Maxey in the corner gets by. And he's going to roll it back out. Harden. Back to Embiid. Shoots over Clax. Got it. On the fade. And now we're just going to have to find a way to tough this one out. 8-0 run by the Sixers. There's Cam Johnson. Drives on Embiid. Back out of Spence. And the switch. Spence down the middle. Lost the ball. Wanted a whistle. Didn't get it. Embiid. Didn't get the 2. Excellent defense. McCallum. Wait, thing 1 and thing 2. Shit. Finney Smith. Back to Dinwiddie. We need a bucket. Bridges from the corner. That's off. Rebound by the Sixers. We can't buy a bucket. Harden on the outside. Picked up by McCall. A one-on-one here. ISO ball. He drives. He lost the ball. Maxey. Now picked up by Bridges in the switch. 2 to shoot. Shoots over the top. And didn't get the roll. It did a full 360 on the rim. And another miss. We're getting let off the hook here. Spence does not drive. They're playing zone. He maneuvers through. Catch and shoot 3. Thing 2. It's off. We've had so many opportunities to get a bucket and reinforce this lead. We haven't, and now they can take the lead again. Embiid, kick out to Maxey in the corner. 2:18 to play. Embiid faces up on Clax. He's doubled. Harden, Harris got to shoot it. Missed it. Good defense. And they used the full 24-second allotment to not get a bucket. Both teams shooting under 50% in this last quarter. 7 of 16 Philly, 6 of 16 the Nets. Dinwiddie in an ISO with Tobias Harris. One-on-one. Dinwiddie gets by. The dunk! Oh! Spencer! Oh my life! The poster! Are you taking the piss? Oh my life. We have hung on by a thread. And then, like, so many of those shots have sat on the rim for quite a while. Or they've done a full 360 around the rim and haven't gone down. But Spence with the dunk on Embiid. Harris on his back shoulder. And the lead is up to 3 with 1:45 left. Huge dunk. Bang! That's a huge jam. He has been pretty poor from the field today. He's not even in double figures. He's 2 of 9 from the floor. But he is 9, or he's got 9.6 boards, 6 assists. And now it's going to be defense that gets this done. It was defense that got us, you know, in the position of remaining in front. They had about 4 or 5 chances to get the lead. They didn't take that opportunity with both hands, and now we have an opportunity to close this one out. 3-point lead. The Sixers can tie with a make on the 3, but it's going to be imperative that we stay disciplined, and we've done so well at that all day long. Spence showing exactly what we want from Ben. Well, yeah. That was a very Ben Simmons-like play, if anyone's ever said that. Niang doesn't shoot the 3. Harden now. Picked up by McCall. Embiid is going to back down Clax, gets rid, and scores for 2. Where was the push-off? It does come down to a little bit of strength, and Embiid's got that in spades. So 98-97. Dinwiddie, who's going to get the clutch bucket this time? A 3 would be very handy right about now because we need probably to get it out to a 2-possession game for comfort. Johnson in the corner gets by, and Embiid with the foul. And that comes at the 4.2 second mark of the shot clock. 1:15 left in the game. Here we go. 98-97. We've got the ball. Shot clock resets to 14. 98-97. Dinwiddie gets it from the inbounds. Spence. Switch. Niang picks him up. 1-on-1. He's doubled. He shoots a 3. What is that? Finney-Smith fights for the rebound. McCall can't save it. And I don't know who that was off hands, but 58.3 left. We're hanging on here. We haven't lost the lead for God knows how long. I feel like we've had it nearly all game. And it would be incredibly devastating if we lose it in the final minute. But it's going to be defense that gets it done. Tucker's gone to the bench. And Maxey, Harden, Harris, Niang, and Embiid take to the floor. Embiid gathers. He's got Clax on him. Bridges comes over to help. The kick out to Harden. 5 to shoot. He's got Finney-Smith on him. Step back 3. It's off. Rebound Johnson. Clax with an excellent box out. And a 3 would ice the game. A 2 means the Sixers would need a 3 to tie. Dinwiddie. Handoff. Finney-Smith. 5 to shoot. Spence gets by. Lost it out of bounds. And a timeout. And Spence wanted, well, he's having some open discussion with the referees on that, but I think that's just fair. Spence didn't get the pass out, and it's going to be the Sixers who have the final shot. You have to bring Ben in. Ben, Clax, McCall, Cam Johnson, and Finney-Smith. You have to have them all out there. Bring Ben in. I reckon we needed to call a timeout there. So if the Sixers make it, we've got 2 timeouts in hand. Philly, if they can't even get the ball in, they have no timeouts in hand. So the key is going to be making sure that we try to deny the ball from getting inbounded. In the case it happens, you have to basically trap Embiid. You have to trap Harden. I'm shaking. Here we go. It's time for a stop. Do I use the defense chant? The stop chant? Do I use it? If you're new around here, you know that the stop chant has a pretty high success rate. I think it's time to get it out of the locker. It's time for the stop chant. We need stop to be spammed in the chat. Let's try manifest it. Here we go. 12 seconds for the Sixers to get the victory at the end. Stop. Stop. Harden missed the layup. Get the board. No! Harden missed the 2, but we didn't box out. And Embiid has been fouled. Fuck's sake. That's the problem. We didn't collapse the interior. Dinwiddie was boxing out Embiid, and now we have to do damage control. Embiid needs to make both to give them the lead. We could have extra basketball if he misses one. If he misses both, we're okay. Got it. Fuck. We literally have 5 seconds to put up a game winner if he makes this. We've got 2 timeouts. If we can't get the ball in, Well, Jacques Vaughan's already drawing up a play. They are pre-planning this because the odds are Embiid does not miss. Second free throw for Embiid. Got it. Fuck! Okay, we have 5.2 seconds to get the game winner. If there is any time... I said this before. Doc Rivers does not have any idea who's taking this final shot. 90% of the poll said the Nets win. Probably because half of them are Nets fans. But the game isn't over yet. There is 5 seconds to manufacture any shot. 2 or 3, it doesn't matter. You get the open look, you shoot it. I don't know who's going to be the 5 on the floor. It's probably going to be the same 5 that has played down the stretch. I don't know who you play. I'm just trolling. Good luck on the last shot. Well, you're right though. 88% said the Nets win. I love the optimism and the confidence, but it was never going to be that lopsided. If you are enjoying the stream, you know what to do. Drop a like. Subscribe if you want to stay notified when I go live next. The Sixers win this. This is going to be such a stupid way of losing. Problem is we don't have a closer. We don't have someone down the stretch that can get a bucket. We've really struggled the entire last quarter to get a bucket. But here we go. 5.2 to get a shot up. Royce is on the floor as potentially a decoy. Clax, Spence, Cam, Royce going to pass in. Bridges. We have no Finney-Smith for offense. That makes sense. Here we go. Royce fakes the pass to Cam. We're going to get it to McCall. We get it to McCall. Drive. Missed it. No! McCall missed the layup. It was wide open. He should have thrown it down. Oh, for God's sake. With 1.9, we're going to have to foul him. We do have a timeout, though. We have to foul him quick. We get it to Harden, and there's going to be a foul with 0.9. It doesn't matter whether we had Cam, whoever the hell. The play was exceptional. The play was exceptional. McCall had a wide open scoop, and he's just overshot the layup. Oh, that was a gimme. That would have been a dream start because he makes that. They've got no timeouts and about a second to get the shot. A second to get the shot off. The Sixers would have had to launch a half-court heave. Harden's first free throw is good. And are you missing or are you making if you're the Sixers? We've got a timeout in hand. You probably have to make it because we have that timeout. And then we're going to have to play full 3 and D. He got the second. And we have 0.9 seconds. This is embarrassing. It's only embarrassing if you think about the fact that we had the lead the whole game and lost it in the final 5 seconds. And then... yeah, so this is the problem, right? Offense was flying, but then we conceded, 14 points in 6.5 minutes. That's still good defensively, but offensively, here's the problem. In the last 6.5 minutes, we have scored 2 points. 2 points. Which means that we're going to have to score more in 0.9 seconds than we have in the last 6.5 minutes. I'm, regardless, pretty damn happy with this performance. Irrespective of the result. It's just a pity that we've had so many open threes. We had a couple put back layup attempts that have gone begging. And then that Mikal Bridges 2 at the end. Like, we've held the Sixers to 101. I just want to give you some perspective. The last game we played against them, we conceded 137 points. Here we go. Who is going to get the final shot? 0.9 to get the 3 up. We got Johnson, Royce, Clax, Bridges, and Dimwitty. The 5 on the floor that we had on the previous play. But I don't know where Joe is. Joe's been a sniper today. Where's the open 3 for him? Here we go. I'm not expecting much from this. Spence from the logo! Oh! Yes! Spencer! Spencer! How has he done that? Spencer! Are you kidding me? I'm not going to go nuts. No! He had the ball in his hands. Shit! He took too long on the reload. Oh, for fuck's sake, he does that little hop. Oh, for God's sake. I don't even care. I will go nuts anyway, but the game's over. Fuck's sake, dude. Oh, my life. If we just had like an extra 0.5 on the clock. It's so clearly late. Oh, for God's sake. You can't even script it. Bro, I don't even care. I went nuts. I honestly, if that was good, shit. Well, the game's over. And I've just tacked on a point for no reason. The game ends 102. 98, man. Fucking hell. What a game. I went nuts. I can't be discouraged. But Spence, how the fuck do you score that from the logo, fam? He was this close. That was a huge shot. Bro, I can't even fathom. How the fuck did he make that? How did he do that? How does it take that fucking long for you to get a shot up? I mean, I can't say that was the play drawn up, but that's gonna do it. We were very stiff. 199. We didn't get robbed. We scored 2 points in the final 6.5 to 7 minutes. Quite frankly, you're gonna lose a game if you do that. No form of defense is going to, counteract that. Let's have a look at the box score. I'm not even mad for going nuts, because that was a fucking insane shot. Like, Spence is so clutch, but if we had like 0.5 extra. All right. Box score time, people. You know the deal. I broke the noise barrier with my fucking celebration, didn't I? So that's the game. You can see maybe Cam should have been in for the final shot. Joe could have been in for the final shot. Royce with 1 of 7. I want you to go back to the third quarter. No, second, maybe first. Royce had 3 putback attempts and not one. He didn't get 1 to go. Mikal Bridges late game. He had a simple layup, which more often than not he would make, and he blew the layup. We have that made, and it's game over. Sixers had no timeouts. I'm not going to overreact or anything. I very much enjoyed watching this because the defense was unbelievable, but yeah. Ultimately, we didn't get enough points down the stretch. It's really that simple. Bridges had 23 and 3/4 and did not score in the last, nor did Cam Johnson. They both had looks. Spence, I mean, he ends with what? He did not make that 3. I don't know why it hasn't updated. Or did he? I don't even know. Clax, pretty good defensive effort on Joel Embiid, all things considered. But overall, look, we didn't shoot the ball well from 3. We had 10 threes in the first half and went 3 of 15 in the second half. Only scored 38 points in the second half. It sort of goes back to games earlier in the season where we just could not. We just couldn't get shots up. We had a good first half, and the second half would always be incomplete. Yeah. But given the Sixers basically a full strength, we held them down pretty much, exceptionally. Had, 17 more shots, which is really annoying now that I know that, and we lost. Held down Maxey. James Harden was, I would say, well held, and Joel Embiid, obviously 37. No one else fucking existed for them. Those two carried that team. They scored literally 2/3 of their points, and look at the free throw number, 30-13. And look, some of those fouls were there, but I'm going to also take you back to there was a foul in the second quarter where Dorian Finney-Smith forced a tie-up with James Harden. And what happened? They got a whistle and they got free throws. So we look at all those little things that could have happened. That said, the Sixers probably should have put us out of our misery long before the ending, and then just to sprinkle a little more pain onto the loss, Dinwiddie doesn't get the shot off in time from the logo and gets it to go. So it's sort of crazy how this has all transpired, but look, the signs are positive. We played well. I mean, as I said, the offense lacking. But that's to be expected. That was always going to be a question mark. But we probably... as I said, this game, I was willing to let it slide because, Jacques Vaughn's got to work out rotations. I don't know who gets what amount of allocated minutes. But, it is what it is. Do the Nets have a chance of getting... No chance. They're literally 5th in the East. They can't tank. I still feel really good about this squad. JV has almost had no time with the group. Well, they haven't even had a practice. And he's gotten this much out of him. So it's an excellent sign yet again. Brooklyn is in rebuild mode, to be honest. Given the lack of offensive power, the fact we held them to 101, I just want to see what their, what is their averages? I want to see what their average points per game is. 114.1, which is 6th in the East. Okay, so their offense isn't really that good. Neither is their defense. It's pretty mid, but overall, they're averaging more than us. They're averaging 114 a game, and ultimately, if you can hold them to, 101, that's considered a win always. And given we gave Embiid and James Harden 66 of those, we did well. Thomas and Sumner would have gotten us more free throw attempts. Yeah, look, I just think... Yeah, we just had too many... Probably we jacked up too many threes down the stretch. I do think the Sixers played really well defensively. We probably needed to run Cam a little bit longer to maybe get an extra buffer. So we could be a little bit more bulletproof, I guess, to every shot we were taking with the Sixers. They were just slowly dwindling that lead down, if that makes any sense. So, unfortunately, we didn't have enough, or we ran out of gas. Actually, I don't think we ran out of gas, because the defense still was pretty excellent, the rest of the way, but a few occasions could have gotten offensive rebounds, this or that. It's just some little 50-50s that sometimes they go your way, sometimes they don't, and you know, if Dinwiddie's making logo threes, usually that goes your way, but you know it's not when he doesn't get it off in time. An ultimate tease, basically. That's going to wrap it up from me, though. What a damn game. I've got no more words to say. I've somewhat lost my voice, but an unbelievable stream nonetheless. I thought the game was done. I mean, either way, I thought it was... We had control maybe with about 4 minutes left. It looked like we were going to get there, but as I said, not enough shots. And then ultimately the ending was just basically, you know, that was the dagger to the heart, essentially. So yeah, we can, if I'm going to be authentic, I'm going to go ballistic with a game-winning shot like that. It wasn't a game winner, it would have sent it to overtime anyway, and we wouldn't have had a guarantee of winning, but Sixers on the second night of a back-to-back, fair play to them for digging in and getting the job done. You know, facing a deficit pretty much the entire way, and they were able to, you know, close things out. I mean, I just need to see what... yeah, they scored 25 in the last. They never scored more than 26 in a quarter. The problem was we, as I said, only had 38 points in the second half. And that was ultimately the downfall for us. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what this team turns into. Only one game. You know, they haven't had any reps, any practice under their belt with this unit. So it's good to see that, you know, we're already delivering, especially on the defensive end. The communication was there. The offense, not so much, but that will come with time. Good signs, though, from Thing 1 and a few glimpses from Thing 2. Clax did well on Joel Embiid. Joe Harris off the bench with 6 threes. That was a welcome sight as well. Spencer Dinwiddie, not one of his best games, but in the first half, it was good. Yeah, he probably needs to pick up the scoring output as far as I'm concerned, because 12 points isn't a great output from your point guard who's averaging over 18. We got 25 out of him last game. We could have done with an extra 5 or 6. Ultimately, would have gotten us the win. It is what it is. I've been a Nets fan since 1976. It's been a hard road. Fair play to you, man. You've been through the highs and the lows and seen a lot of good stars come and go. So, yeah, that's going to do it, my dear friends. If you enjoyed, make sure to show your support on the way out and subscribe if you are new. We will be back in 2 days for the Nets-Knicks rivalry. It's going to be good. Hopefully we can humble the Knicks again. They think that they're good without, or, you know, they think they're the better team in New York performance-wise. Even without Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. Obviously, you would generally assume that, but if today has proven me anything, it's that we can go up against anyone, really. And who knows what this team will become once this team gets more familiar with the game styles they have, and they possess, you know, they're familiar with Jacques Vaughn's system and more well-rehearsed. That's going to do it. Get the Macau poster up soon. As I said, I will get the graphics sorted. Why is KD's like glitching? Why is he like hovering? That's really weird. He's like glitched out. I don't know, but it's been like that the whole stream. I'm not going to fret. But yeah, right now I've got the X's over them. It's like we're doing a renovation thing. So when we return from the All-Star break, this will be all sorted out and renewed and refreshed. We will have new channel or graphic art on this. And we also will probably have new thumbnail art as well. But it takes a lot of time, so yeah. But that'll do it. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Hell of a stream. Not the result we wanted, but definitely the signs are there, and we're just gonna take this result and we just move. I can't even fucking speak anymore. Move forward. And that'll do it. take the KD poster down. Well, then there's just going to be a random ass square on my wall. Yeah. But right now, we're just going to run with what we've got because I don't really have time. All right, that'll do it. I'm going to stop rambling. We'll see you around. Yeah, make sure to stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your day. Check out that trade deadline video if you haven't already. But for now, so long, and we'll see you soon. Have a good one.